You must have heard of Lamborghini, right? Wait, you must have a dream of owning a Lamborghini, right? The Italian company creates high-end sports vehicles and SUVs. The Volkswagen Group owns the business through its subsidiary Audi. Presently, Lamborghini makes the Urus SUV, the V12-powered Aventador, and the V10-powered Huracan. The business also manufactures V12 engines for offshore powerboat competition. You'd be surprised to know that this famous company was created by a prisoner of war. But who is he, and how did a prisoner build such a great company of cars? In this video, we will talk about the man and his iconic automobile company, so hang tight till the end. The creator of the named firm, Ferruccio Lamborghini, was an Italian inventor, mechanic, engineer, vintner, businessman, and designer of automobiles. In Sant'Agata Bolognese, he established Automobili Lamborghinis, a manufacturer of luxury sports vehicles, in 1963. He explored winemaking at an estate in Umbria after selling up a number of his holdings in the late 1970s. The viticulturists Antonio and Evelina Lamborghini gave birth to Ferruccio on April 28, 1916, in house number 22 in Ronazzo di Cento, province of Ferrara, Emilia-Romagna, northern Italy. Young Lamborghini was more interested in farming equipment than farming way of life. Lamborghini attended the Fratelli Taddea Technical Institute near Bologna to further his interest in mechanics. He was enlisted in the Italian Royal Air Force in 1940, where he worked as a mechanic at the Italian garrison on the island of Rhodes, which has been a part of the Kingdom of Italy since 1911, following the Italo-Turkish War, eventually rising to the position of unit supervisor for vehicle maintenance. When the island fell to the British at the end of the war in 1945, Lamborghini was captured and was unable to leave the country until the following year. Despite getting married, his wife passed away in 1947 just as Tonino, his first child, was being born. In Pieve di Cento, Lamborghini established a garage following World War II. In his spare time, Lamborghini built tractors, the first Lamborghinis he would ever build, after modifying an old Fiat Topolino he had bought, the first of many he would own over the years. In the 1948 Mille Miglia, he used his mechanical skills to turn the unremarkable city car into a roaring 750cc open-top two-seater. After 1,100 kilometers, his participation came to an end when he crashed his car into the side of a restaurant in the Turin town of Fiano. Ferruccio Lamborghini identified a developing market for agricultural and industrial regeneration in post-war Italy in 1947. The first of Lamborghini's Carrocca tractors was constructed using components from military vehicle engines and differentials from Arar centers. The tractors themselves were based on the six-cylinder petrol engines of Morris trucks. Because gasoline in Italy was prohibitively expensive, Lamborghini added a fuel atomizer of his design to the Morris engines. This allowed the tractors to be started with petrol and then switched to the less expensive diesel fuel. Due to the Carrocca's initial success, Lamborghini founded Lamborghini Trattori and started making tractors. In between a Jarama and a tractor, Ferruccio Lamborghini. On June 7, 1968, Lamborghini registered and received a Riva Aquarama, hull number 278. The boat was the first and only one with two Lamborghini engines, and it included a unique side rail for gripping onto while participating in record attempts and water skiing. To fulfill Lamborghini's specifications, the engine compartment was altered to accommodate the engines, and a unique open exhaust was constructed. Before selling it to a close friend, Angelo Merli, in July 1988, he had owned the boat for more than 20 years. With his growing income, Lamborghini was able to buy quicker, more expensive vehicles than the little Fiats he had tinkered with when he was younger. In the early 1950s, he had vehicles including Alfa Romeos and Lancias. At one point, he had enough vehicles, including a Mercedes-Benz 300 SL, a Jaguar E-Type Coupé, and two Maserati 3500 GTs, to drive a different vehicle every day of the week. According to Lamborghini, the latter, I had a lot of respect for Adolfo Orsi, the owner of Maserati at the time, because he had come from humble beginnings like myself. However, I wasn't a big fan of his cars. They didn't seem to move very quickly and felt heavy. A two-seat coupé with a Pininfarina design body, the Ferrari 250 GT was purchased by Lamborghini in Maranello in 1958. Over the years, he acquired more, including a 250 GT 2+2 four-seater and a 250 GT SWB Berlinetta created by Scaglietti. Ferrari's vehicles, in Lamborghini's opinion, were excellent but too noisy and abrasive to be used on public roads. He characterized them as interiors from converted racing cars. Lamborghini discovered that Ferrari's vehicles had subpar clutches and needed frequent journeys to Maranello for rebuilds. To Lamborghini's chagrin, mechanics would hide the vehicle for several hours while they worked on it. He has already expressed his displeasure with Ferrari's allegedly subpar after-sales care. Enzo Ferrari was informed of Lamborghini's concerns, but the infamously haughty Modinin rejected them. Aiming to build the ideal touring car that he believed no one could build for him, Lamborghini decided to launch his own auto manufacturing business after successfully improving one of his personally owned Ferrari 250 GTs to outperform stock models. In contrast to Ferrari's offerings, Lamborghini thought a Grand Tourer should have high performance without sacrificing tractability, ride quality, and interior appointments. Being a shrewd businessman, Lamborghini also understood that if the parts used in his tractors were installed in a high-performance exotic car instead, he could make 3 times as much money. Ferruccio Lamborghini's businesses started to have financial issues in the 1970s. When its South African importer canceled all of its orders, Lamborghini Trattori, which exported around half of its tractor manufacturing, plunged into problems. A sizable order of tractors that were being prepared for shipment in Genoa was canceled by the new military administration in Bolivia after a successful coup d'etat. Unionized workers at Trattori were unable to be let go, which put a tremendous amount of pressure on the business. Lamborghini sold his entire stake in the business to rival tractor manufacturer Same in 1972. The Lamborghini Group as a whole soon ran into financial difficulties. As costs were reduced at the automaker, development slowed. Beginning his sales pitch for Automobili and Trattori, Ferruccio Lamborghini engaged in negotiations with his friend and successful Swiss businessman Georges-Henri Rossetti. Ferruccio ceded control of the automaker he started when he paid Rossetti $600,000 for 51% of the business. Rossetti kept on working in the Sant'Agata factory, rarely getting involved in Automobili's affairs. The 1973 oil crisis hampered sales of high-performance automobiles from manufacturers all over the world, and things did not get better. Customers flocked to more compact, useful vehicles with better fuel efficiency. Ferruccio had lost interest in his auto industry by 1974. He sold his remaining 49% of the automaker's stock, severing all ties to the cars bearing his name. René Lemer, a close friend of Georges-Henri Rossetti, bought the shares. Lamborghini continued his business operations in various sectors after leaving the auto industry, notably his heating and cooling company, Lamborghini Calor. He established Lamborghini Oleodinamica S.p.A., a producer of hydraulic valves and machinery, in 1969. In 1974, Lamborghini left the industrial world and retired to La Fiorita, a 3-kilometer squared estate on the banks of Lake Trasimeno in Castiglione del Lago, a town in central Italy's Umbria region. Lamborghini enjoyed hunting and making his wines as he reconnected with his agrarian roots. Lamborghini even created his golf course while still overseeing several business ventures. Lamborghini gave birth to Patrizia when he was 58 years old. After having a heart attack 15 days earlier, Lamborghini passed away on February 20, 1993, at the age of 76, at the Silvestrini Hospital in Perugia. Lamborghini is interred in Ranazzo Cemetery. The realm of bullfighting has a significant role in the identity of Lamborghini. Ferruccio Lamborghini paid a visit to Don Eduardo Miura's ranch in Seville in 1962. Don Eduardo Miura was a well-known breeder of Spanish fighting bulls. Lamborghini again looked to the bull breeder for inspiration after creating 2 vehicles with alphanumeric designations. The 4th Miura to be produced was unveiled to Don Eduardo at his ranch in Seville, and he was overjoyed to learn that Ferruccio had named a car for his family and their line of bulls. In 1974, Lamborghini deviated from tradition by naming the Countach after the Piedmontese word for surprise, Contac, rather than a bull breed, as it had done with the Urraco. According to legend, stylist Nuccio Bertoni said the phrase out of surprise when he first saw the Countach prototype, also known as Project 112. The Aventador, which replaced the Murcielago and was unveiled in 2011, was named after a bull that was bred by the sons of Don Celestino Quadri Vides. The Estoc concept from 2008 was named after the Estoc, the sword traditionally used by matadors during bullfights. All of Ferruccio Lamborghini's businesses are still in operation today in some capacity. In addition to creating the Town Life, an electric microcar that was unveiled at the Bologna Motor Show in 1999, his son Tonino also creates a line of apparel and accessories under the Tonino Lamborghini brand. The Lamborghini winery is run by Ferruccio Lamborghini's daughter, Patrizia, on his Umbrian estate. The Ferruccio Lamborghini Museum, formerly known as the Centro Studi e Ricerche Lamborghini, was founded by Ferruccio's son Tonino Indosso Ferrara in 1995. It was then relocated to Argelato, Bologna in 2014 under the new name. That's it for the day, guys. I hope you enjoyed your video. Also subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more amazing business biographies. And we'll see you at the next one.